Thursday night, 8:15, Stamford Bridge, Chelsea take on Man United, where we look to avenge our defeat from the reverse fixture this season, and this is our match preview. Here to help me break down the game is my good friend and channel fan favourite, Josh Aveste. Josh, you looking forward to this one?
Not really.
No, me neither.
Like for me, we sat here, we talked about this Man United game before, and we said this is the battle of basically the shit top six teams, didn't we?
Oh, very harsh.
I mean, you said it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So for me, like, if we lose this game, we have 2 losses against Man United this season. It sort of...
That's not acceptable.
It's the end. It's the end of quite a few different people. It's the end of Pochettino.
Well, then the end is nigh, my friend.
Yeah, it's the end of Pochettino. It's probably the end of half the squad.
It's bad, though, that we're not actually, like... people laugh at this. We should be supremely confident going into this game because Man United are pony. They're no good this season, but they do seem to get the job done and get over the line more often than not. Højlund, big miss for them. They've got a couple of players that are going to be big misses for them.
Man United not fit. Is Højlund not fit?
Is he fit?
He played the last game.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, well, he's just shit then because I didn't even notice he was on the pitch. We'll leave that in.
Yeah, why not?
Right,
yeah,
well.
I always do leave it in.
Yeah, good to. Although I'm the one with the kid and you haven't, so I'm not sure about that. So, all right, Højlund's there. All right, Højlund's there.
Højlund's there.
No good.
Rashford's all right.
Oh, they got some kid from Portsmouth who scored a goal the other day, but I'm pretty sure he's shit and all.
Yeah. Bruno Fernandes has only got 2 more goal contributions than Sterling this season with 2 more games. So he's obviously really good.
Do you know Bruno Fernandes has never missed a game through injury?
Fernandes, as we should say.
And I just made that up. But he's hardly missed any games through injury. You ever seen that little stat?
I do love that you make up those stats. Why did the truth get in the way of a good stat?
Never let the truth get in the way of a good lie. That is always what I've said.
It's so true. And if you do want some stats, what about our new app partner?
What about them?
Have a look. So basically, we've got this app that we use called Sofascore. You've heard of it. It's an absolutely brilliant app. I use it for all my live scores and I use it for all my stats. So when you're thinking, Josh, fucking hell, you really do pull out some good stats in the show. It's all down to Sofascore, basically.
You always pull out.
Well, yeah, exactly. Pull out, leave it in, whatever you fancy, mate.
Yeah. Sofascore, where can they find them?
Very good. There's a link in the description. Straight to it. It's a bespoke Joey link.
Nice.
God, don't say I don't look after you, mate. Fucking
He
hell.
does. He does.
So you have a look at that. It's a really good app, actually. We use it all the time.
So, this match, what have we got to be frightened of? Because, as you say, it is the battle of the bad top 6 teams.
Yeah.
If you're Man United, what are you looking to do? Because we've seen time in, time out that teams that come and play a low block against Chelsea do fare quite well. You wouldn't imagine that a Man United would do that. Then again, they did sort of play a low block against Arsenal and against City. Didn't win either of them games, so maybe they're best not doing that. What do you think that Ten Hag's men are going to be looking to do when they come to Stamford Bridge?
I think they're going to be looking to give Scott McTominay the ball because he did a fucking good job against us last time, didn't he?
Good player.
He is. Do you know what? Brian always gives a bit of banter about Scott McTominay because he doesn't want him to come to the Newcastle.
I'm sure he'd rather have him there than
St James's Park.
Than Longstaff at the minute.
I honestly think he's a much better player than Longstaff, to be fair. And he was so good against us. I do think, for all the banter that we give Man United, I do think they are a bit of a kryptonite for us in that they're just chaotic. And we can't deal with the chaos. We proved that against Burnley. In the last few minutes, if you're just going to fucking go for us, we can't deal with it. So that's what I'm worried about.
When was the last time we got a win against Man United?
Can't even remember.
I think it's about 2021.
Yeah.
Ages ago.
I was going to say the 5-0 in 1999.
Great game. Yeah. Great game. I know you had the VHS of that
I did. Yeah, that's the last one I can remember.
Yeah. Favourite Man United game for me would probably be the Joey Cole Screamer.
Yes. Your mate Joe Cole.
My pal Joe.
Yeah. Who, you know when they ask you who's your most famous person in your phone, Joe Cole would definitely be the most famous person in your phone.
It's not got his number.
Oh, I mean, he's joking because he's best mates with Joe Cole.
Yeah,
he's just taking the piss.
Of course. Who is the most famous person in your phone? Brian?
Yeah, probably Brian, yeah. Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who mine is.
Baby Hulk.
Baby Hulk. Probably is. Yeah, no, I ain't got his number either. Most wanted. I love how we both said it. Right. Okay. So Chelsea, what do we need to be looking to do? Well, I would say we want to put it in the fucking goal hole, don't we?
Do you know what I would say? I would say keep it out of the goal hole.
Keep it out of our goal hole.
Yes.
Yeah. Put it in their goal hole.
Put it in their goal hole and try and not concede.
I agree with Michael Owen in terms of when we don't score goals, we do find it hard to win games.
We do.
Yeah.
We are conceding quite a lot of goals in our goal hole recently.
Should we talk about Petrovic?
Go on, let's talk about Petrovic.
Because we got to be fair and we got to be balanced. And obviously we've given Petrovic... No, we don't. I don't know why I said that. We don't need to be fair or balanced.
We never are fair or balanced ever in our videos. Right, yeah, Petro.
But Petrovic... We've given him heaps of praise in the past, and maybe he has been at fault a couple of times recently. I would only really say the goal against Burnley, and fuck me, the defence don't help him out.
Nah,
you know we look at Peter Cech and the unbelievable run of clean sheets and performances that he was putting in. He was putting that in when he was sat behind the best defence in the Premier League, and maybe some would say in Premier League history. So.
That 15-goal season was probably one of the best achievements in Premier League history, if you think about it.
Yeah, better than the Invincibles. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we agreed on that in that video that we did about the top 10 Premier League teams, didn't we?
Yeah.
We basically agreed
on the kickoff. Check that one out.
I was, as you say, I was more worried about the run that Burnley had. It was a three-man run, wasn't it? Effectively, you got the front post coming in like a free header on the front post, the near post. We know that you should avoid that. And he just was a free header, mate. It was piss easy. And then, to be fair, mate, as you say, Petrovic has basically, parred it straight into his goal there, hasn't he? He's parred it straight into the goal hole.
Yeah.
As Mark would say.
It wasn't great from Petrovic, but I would say on the whole, not the goal hole, just on the whole in general, he's been fantastic this season.
I don't think we're questioning him at all, to be honest with you, but he did make, that was a bad error, but I don't think that means that you don't play him.
Should we get into the starting lineup? Because I actually think, barring one position, which we'll probably disagree on and then come to some sort of conclusion, I think we're going to go fairly similar to this. And I think our hand's been forced, hasn't it?
Yeah.
To have to go fairly similar with this because we still got a whole heap of injuries. Have you got the injuries there?
I don't, but there I can give you the summary of them. Yep. Effectively, Trevor Chalobah is the only one that's anywhere near fit at the moment. We've got Lavia out, we've got Colwell out, we've got Carney still not fit, we've got Ugachukwu still not fit, and Kunku still not fit. You know, I feel like you could go on. I feel like there's even more than that. So
you know what the concerning thing as well? No real dates as to when they'll be back. Like even like Cucurella, who's come back now, we were never given a time frame as to when Cucurella will be back. We've never really been given a time frame as to when Romeo Lavia will be back. All we know now is he's out for the rest of the season. We were never really, and still haven't been given a time frame for him. Kunku, Chukwuemeka, he's just injured. He's injured. Like
Pochettino said 4 weeks ago that Nkunku would be back within 4 weeks.
Yeah. And we're not even hearing about him returning to the reconditioning phase, to first team training, anything like that. And it's almost like the medical team now are like damage limitation. It's like, right, let's not even give a time frame because we're coming under enough fire without pouring petrol onto it when we don't hit these time frames. That's how it feels to me.
I just feel they're ultra cautious as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of these players could potentially be back with us because they're so worried about the re-injuries. I think they're just giving them even more time than they need to. In a weird way, I know Lavia probably has had a setback, right? But in a weird way, I feel that they've just given him even more time and just said to him, look, mate, we don't know whether you're going to be fit or not before the end of the season. We've only got 10 games left. Just fucking sit out the season and be ready for pre-season. Like, in a weird way, I'd want that for Reece James.
I wouldn't really want that, though, for Lavia. I'd want it for Reece James because we've got adequate backup there. I really do think, and I could be so wrong on this, I really do think that Romeo Lavia is going to come into this team when he doesn't make a real impact.
He is quite tall as well, actually.
He's very tall.
Yeah.
Very girthy.
And put the camera on me for a second. I do need to give a formal apology to Joey because I said that Lavia was 5'7", but he's actually 5'11".
It's a big difference.
So Joey's always got the stats.
4 inches.
Joey knows his way around 4 inches.
100%. For a long time, I've known my way around it. I think Lavia's going to come back in and he's going to make a real impact. But
I hope so too.
Whatever happens, it's not going to be this season, no. So let's start going through our team sheet. Why don't you hit me with the team sheet and I will let you know if there's any areas I would disagree in.
Okay, right. So, Bettinelli in goal.
It's got to be. Bergstrom.
Bergstrom, yeah, we got a few goalies. Bring Selena back. I really like Petrovic, and I think we'll stick with him. So that's absolutely fine. I'm going to go with Trevor on the right hand side. We don't know whether he's going to be fit or not, but I don't think Gusto is going to be fit. He was holding his hamstring, Joey.
If Gusto is fit though, you'd go for Gusto, wouldn't you?
If Gusto's fit, I'll go for Gusto every day of the week.
Yeah,
he'd be right there in my first name in the team sheet, other than Cole Palmer.
But
Piss easy.
We are assuming that Gusto's not fit for this one.
We're assuming not, and we're going to miss those.
Should we do this? Should we do this? Because we haven't heard whether he's out or not yet. But you're worried because you saw him holding his hamstring.
Yeah.
Right? Should we do this? Should we say Gusto, and we'll prerequisite that by saying if it's not Gusto, we go Trev there.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah?
Deal.
Okay. So, Gusto, centre-back pairing. Here's where we might see a little bit of tinkering because Badia Shield's not injured. He's not that good either, is it?
He wasn't good.
No.
No, but come on, he wasn't good. And do you know what? We've heard a few rumours about AC Milan sniffing around.
I've heard that.
And it's been quite a while, hasn't it? And in a weird way, maybe that's one that I would sanction, you know? Well, how do you feel about that?
No, I'd keep Badia Shield. I think he's really good, and I think he's going to be good. And I actually think that he's the stronger option, possibly, out of himself and Axel Disasi. Although I do like Disasi. But, yeah, I mean, it's an easy link to make if you're not quite cutting the grade at Chelsea. That's what you do. You go AC Milan, didn't you? So
yeah, he'll probably have a fantastic career at AC Milan, knowing the pass record as well.
Yeah.
Can we bring back Giroud, by the way, like a former thing? He's going to.
I'd have him.
He's going to the MLS, but can we just have him as a backup?
Yeah,
he's so
I would
good.
have to. Do you ever read Virgil van Dijk's quotes about Giroud?
No, what does they say?
I mean, I can't quote. I'm paraphrasing, but he basically said that he was the hardest striker he ever came up against.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah,
that's surprising, isn't it?
Van Dijk.
Because people don't. Yeah. You know, the second best defender of all time. That's what they say.
Yeah. I was actually chatting with someone the other day, Young'un, the rapper. He puts Van Dijk in the top 3 Premier League defenders of all time.
It's a bit mental, that, isn't it?
It is a little bit bad.
When you talk about the other options you got up there, you know.
No. Yeah.
Ferdinand.
Richard Dunn.
Yeah. What a player he was. Ricardo Carvalho never gets a shout.
Ricardo Carvalho.
Robert Hoof. Great career in the Prem. Alex.
Oh, he had a free kick on him.
He had a free kick on him.
Free kicks on FIFA, and he had a real Sylvan Distan.
What a player he was.
Yeah.
Memories.
Yeah. Some good.
I'm going down memory lane now. I'm going Premier League years, just thinking, Distan, he was a good player.
Yeah. Okay. So,
if we can't have Distan in the back, who are we going to put in?
Who are we going with for our centre back pairing?
Well, we can't have Distan, but we can have Disasi.
Disasi.
He's always available. You love availability, don't you?
It's the best of it. It really is the best. Who are we pairing Axel Disasi with?
Bring him back. Our comment section has been talking about this man for a very long time, and they've said to us that we've forgotten about him.
We haven't.
I haven't forgotten about him.
We haven't.
I haven't forgotten about
And when he lines up, I would like who's ever in control of the speaker in Stamford Bridge to just drop the, I guess now it's time for me to give up. Back for good. Take that. Great
I love
tune.
that. I thought you were going to do the Thiago Silva rap.
No. I'm not really a big fan of it, to be honest. If it's between that and a bit of take that, I'll take that every day of the week. Thiago Silva paired with Axel Disasi. We good with that?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
And then in left back, it's just going to be the main man.
It's just obvious. The main man, our best left back.
Yeah, Cucurella. Is he our best left back?
We've gone into
this before.
Yeah.
Yes or no? Head on a plaque, gun to the head. Is Cucurella our best left back right now?
Yes, he is. Do you not agree?
Yeah, no, I do agree.
Let me know. Let us know in the comments, right? Is he our best left back? Because I'm interested to see. I reckon a lot of people would agree.
For the system we're playing, if we are playing a system, it doesn't bode well when I say stuff that just completely contradicts myself. There's no style of play, but then I go for the system we're playing. But it is true. Like, for the way we're playing, Cucurella is probably a better option right now than Ben Chilwell. Don't shoot me.
Yeah.
Caicedo and
Enzo.
Enzo in the midfield. Are we starting Conor Gallagher in the 10? And I'll tell you why. Your boy Mudryk has looked better in the 10 than he does on the left wing. Didn't look bad on the left wing the other day, but he can get isolated there a little bit.
Okay.
He needs to be better at not making that happen. The players around him maybe need to facilitate his game somewhat as well. So the truth normally lies, as it always does, somewhere in the middle. I think he's good in the 10. You believe that Cole Palmer's best position is a 10, right? So who are we starting in the 10 in this match?
Well, can we just say this for a second? Does this not indicate that we do need to sign a few wingers in the summer? The fact...
Sign a few wingers or bring in a few wingers that we already have signed that are out on loan. Amari Hutchinson.
Oh, you like that? What about Angelo? Chuck that one in. He looks good.
What
he looks very
about
good in pre-season.
Ian Matson. No, joking. No,
Yeah. You would love him back, though.
I would like him back, yeah. So who are we going for in the 10?
In the 10, I'm going to go for Conor Gallagher.
Yep.
I think while he didn't have a good performance against Burnley, I think overall in the season he's been absolutely fine. And I think his energy is going to be something that we need. I have to say, though, if we had a few more options back, if Carney was fit for this game, I'd be starting Carney in that position.
If Carney was fit for any game, I'd be starting Carney Chukwuemeka. Yeah. I've been singing that boy's praises from the second he signed for us. So very smug when he scored that. It's an absolutely beautiful goal against Leicester, wasn't it, to be fair?
It was.
It was a good goal.
And do you remember, if we're talking about Carney, the West Ham goal?
Bangers.
He scored some good goals this season, bearing in mind he's basically played 3 games.
Were you at the Man City game? It was a league game, but it was a weeknight last season where Carney hit the post.
Probably was there, yeah.
Great memories.
Great memories. I rate this guy really highly. And in a weird way, can we, just for a second, I have to say, if you look at the acquisitions and the recruitment that we did last summer and some of the loan signings, etc., that we brought in, I think the writing was on the wall last summer for Conor Gallagher, let alone this season. I don't think they expect him to perform as good as he is.
Or to have been as important to Pochettino as he is.
Exactly. And so in a weird way, I think basically they were accounting for him to be gone already. So
can I ask a question? Right?
Yeah.
And it is relevant because playing Man United here. You know, if Mount wasn't have sold, you know, like we're looking at Conor Gallagher and we're going, he's been Poch's go-to player.
Yeah.
He has, hasn't he, for the most part? He's been Poch's go-to player. Do you think it would have been Mason Mount if he wasn't sold?
I think it probably would have been. I think Mason Mount probably gets in above Conor Gallagher. Do you not agree? I feel like Mason Mount has got, a couple of years on Gallagher in terms of overall development.
Yeah. Look, I don't really like Mason Mount, but...
Now, you loved him back in the day.
I loved him, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't like him after.
Did you love it when he went like this to the Man United badge the other day and when he was celebrating? That made me feel sick.
He's a right prat, isn't he? But yeah, I think that before he was sold, I was looking at it and I was thinking Mount's going to be Poch's guy. And I still believe he probably would have been.
Yeah.
So
I totally agree with that, by the way. Totally agree with that. I just think actually, if you think of all the sales, even Kovacic, I looked at Kovacic from Man City the other day. And I just thought we could have really done with Kovacic this season. We could have. He would have probably started most games, and then that probably would have allowed Enzo to be a bit more free, or Caicedo to be a bit more free. If you think about it, Kovacic is kind of the player that we need. I'd rather him than Mason Mount right now.
I don't. Yeah, if we're going on about ex-players, if you're going on about the player we need, I don't think it is Kovacic. People are absolutely hating for saying this. I don't even think it's Kante either.
Who is it then?
Matic.
I think Kovacic does similar role. He plays a similar role to Matic. Do you not think? Matic had something different, right? And we'll always have the memories of Matic. Who were we playing? Was it Spurs that he banged in that goal we were at Wembley. He banged in the goal.
Do you not
top left?
Do you not see where I'm going though? When I'm looking at who they're positioned there with. I'm looking at who they'd be alongside, and for that reason, I'm like, yeah, maybe. I feel like if you stick Matic next to Caicedo or even Matic next to Enzo, we really have a tune out of that midfield more than we are.
I know what you mean, though. I know what you mean, but also the role that I think that we need is a goalkeeper to pass to someone that can hold on to the ball and then distribute it to someone else. That's what Caicedo's doing. Caicedo's done a few mistakes in that role recently. I would say Kovacic is the best player in the world at that role. Retaining the ball.
He's not the best in the world, but yeah, I know what you mean.
I would say he was the best. Who's better at receiving a pass under pressure? I think he's better than Rodri at
Busquets. Even now.
No, he's not. Not now.
Even now.
No. The only other person that I could think that was similar would be Rodri, but I think Kovacic in that
Rodri
very
or
specific...
Rodwell? Jack Rodwell.
yeah, what
Jack
player?
Jack
What is
Rodwell.
he doing now?
Fucking mate, I don't know.
Is he still playing football?
What is he up to? He must be. He must be.
Let us know in the comments, please. Let us know. I'm interested to see that.
Yeah, or if you Jack yourself, just join us.
Come to the podcast. We'd love to have you down, Jack.
We got to crack on with this starting lineup.
Quick.
Front line. What are we saying?
Palmer on the right.
Palmer on the right.
Love it. Mudryk on the left. Best player in our team.
Jacko through the middle.
Jacko through the middle.
That's perfect, isn't it?
Are we going to score a goal with that front three against Man United?
Should do. Who would it be if we? I mean, that's an absolute stupid question. It's going to be Cole Palmer. It's going to be a penalty.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that goal though that he scored? Bear in mind that was a Mudryk assist. Remember that?
Cole Palmer's had so many moments of magic this season that I'd almost forgot about that.
That goal was absolutely exquisite.
I forgot about that goal.
Why?
Bad memories, and I try and alleviate those from my memory. And also, I was smashed that night.
Pissed up. I was gonna say mainly the booze.
Yeah.
And we needed that because it was a shit game.
You know when I will be pissed?
Thursday night,
going to the game. Matthew Harding upper. If you see me, I do like a singer and a chicken balti pie. What are we saying for this game? Do you think that Chelsea...
Don't.
No?
Go on, say it, go on.
I think we're going to fucking win, mate.
Do you know what's funny, right? In the comments, I always read our comments on our video because you guys are absolutely brilliant, right? But in the comments, they always say, whenever Joey predicts a big win, we always draw or lose.
Oh, I'm like Drake.
You are.
If I bet on it, go against it.
You're the jinx.
I don't know, man. I just feel like, again, I'm going to use a point I've used a million times over on this channel, so you're going to have to sit and grit your teeth, as I said. But the thing about being an inconsistent team is when you get a good performance, it doesn't mean you're going to get a good one next time. When you get a bad performance, like I would very much say the Burnley draw was, doesn't actually mean you're going to play badly next time. I also would say that coming off the back of international breaks, I feel like our team's not got a lot of cohesion anywhere. It's not got a lot of understanding, experience, time spent together. And I do think that shows all the time, even though we've got all this time on the training pitch, no European competition, I do think it shows a lot. When it shows more than ever for me is off the back of an international break. And normally we go into them, on a half decent bit of form. So I just think that the match back against Burnley, in hindsight, I didn't think this going in. We all thought we were going to smash them. But in hindsight, it was always probably going to be a little bit of a difficult one, just gelling back in. The injuries as well don't help. I think that this match, we've had a little bit more time back together. Probably a little bit more of a point to prove, maybe. I tell you what, man, I really want to be seeing something from Pochettino here, because if we have a worse second half than we do first half in this game, I mean, you can see where I'm sort of at with Pochettino anyway. I've lost the feeling there now. I'm not calling for his head on a plaque, but I've just lost the feeling there now a bit, and I don't have much confidence in him. If we come out and have a bad second half in this game, wow, it's going to be all-time low confidence.
I was going to ask you the question, mate. If Pochettino loses this game, do you think that is curtains?
Yeah, probably. But that's just in my opinion of what I would do. Do I think the club will do it? I'm not too sure about that one. I know that I sat here with you on this sofa and I said, and this was after the Brentford game, I said he's got a couple of games to save his job now. I said I want to see a win against Newcastle, I want to see a win against Burnley, and I want to see a win against Man United, or points taken off Man United. Now, we won against Newcastle. We were by no means convincing, but we did get it done. Obviously, Burnley dropping points. So if we drop points against Man United, that's just not good enough for me. I'm not saying off the back of dropping points against Brentford in the game that we should have won that it's acceptable to then get a win against Newcastle and drop points against Burnley and Man United before going into a game against Arsenal, which, let's be honest,
it's not looking good, is it?
We're probably going to lose.
Yeah.
You know, we both know that.
I would love to spoil their title challenge.
I would love it if we beat them. Love it.
Yeah.
But it's probably not going to happen, is it?
It's probably not. I have to say, though, like, we are so close to having a half-decent season. It feels like every game we're just off it.
But what do they say?
What do they? Please tell me, mate.
It's the hope.
It's the hope that kills you. It is. But do you know what? If we beat Man United here, we're 5 points behind them.
Yeah.
And we have, what is it, a game or two games in hand?
Two.
I think it's a game in hand against them, and then a couple of games over the other people in the European places right now. So if we do that, I feel like mate, let's be honest, right? If we finish 7th this year, which is entirely feasible, bearing in mind that we're 4 points off 7th right now. If we finish 7th and reach a cup final and do something potentially in the FA Cup as well, it wouldn't be a disaster season.
It wouldn't be a disaster, but there's so many things that need to happen for us to get anywhere near that. And the main thing here, right, is, oh God, it's going to sound cringe to say we've done a good job, because we haven't done a good job this season. But on a really, non-pessimistic view of this season, we've almost done a good job to have stayed in and around the position we're in terms of, let's say, for example, now 2 games in hand on West Ham, and we're only 4 points behind them. So we go 2 points above West Ham, we win them 2 games in hand, and we'll be up to 7th. So we've done a semi-respectable job to be able to stay in the mix. And if you're in the mix right now, right, let's look at the bottom of the table. Luton Town, right, they're level on points with Nottingham Forest on 22 points, and they're 3 points behind Everton, right? If Luton Town now go on a run where they don't lose for 3 games and they get a couple of wins in there, they're so in the mix that they can get out of the relegation zone.
Yeah.
If Chelsea, who are in 11th, now go 3 unbeaten and we get 2 wins out of that, I'm telling you now, we can be up in the European places.
100%.
So what I'm saying is staying in the mix can be a skill in itself, and we've almost done that. But do I have any confidence that just because we're in that mix we can get a run together? No, I don't.
No.
How long ago did I sit on that sofa? Or not even on this sofa, we were on the kickoff at the time. And I said to you, the problem is Chelsea haven't won 3 games in a row this season in the league.
Yeah.
Realistically, when's that going to happen? And almost at the time, and it's good, this is a praise on you that you are optimistic about things. You sort of laughed at me and went, well, of course, we haven't won 3 on the bounce since then.
No.
So how do
haven't.
we?
Yes, and that's the thing. Like, you could be as optimistic as you want, but I have to say the inconsistency is the consistency, isn't it? Like, we know that we're consistently inconsistent. Like, that's
Well, at
just
least
the way
we're consistent.
Yeah. So, but that's also what you say in the fact of we always have a really shit performance, and then we end up having a really good one. So maybe we're going to destroy Man United, and your prediction will be completely correct. But I have to say the thing with me is the hope is killing me at the moment, because I do have hope that we could string together at least maybe not a few games where we don't lose. And if we do that, then we will go up the table, because let's be honest, West Ham complete free fall right now. You never know what they're going to do right now. As you say, they're 4 points above us. We got 2 games in hand. Brighton, you never know what's going to happen with them. Man United could absolutely go for a bad run of form. I've looked at their stats. They're not scoring goals.
This is the bad thing, right? This is the bad thing about it. When you look at those teams above us, there is not one team that I fear. No. And maybe I'm naive, maybe I'm stuck in the past, maybe I'm still looking at this version of Chelsea as the Chelsea in years gone by, and I need to accept it and part with it. But I'm looking at that table, man. I don't fear Wolves, I don't fear Brighton, I don't fear Newcastle, I don't fear West Ham, and I don't fear Man United. But here's an exclusive for you, I will say. I do fear Tottenham, Villa, City, Arsenal, Liverpool. Maybe not Villa so much, maybe not Spurs so much. But do you know what I mean? What I'm saying is I look at all of those teams and I'm like, we're better than all of them. Yeah. And I think
on paper.
I don't even think just on paper, mate. I think in performance we're better than them when we do well. But we're so inconsistent. I've just never had this. Like, I've had it when we've been shit at times. But then, we've been consistently shit. Whereas at the minute, we're like good, bad, average, good, bad, average. I don't know.
Have you seen the comparison between Pochettino and Graham Potter recently?
No.
So basically, The Athletic did a really good article where they compared the two. And effectively, they're almost exactly the same, really. I think Pochettino has a few more points per game. But we've conceded far more goals under Pochettino, right? We scored more goals, but we conceded more. So I think the key thing for us going into the last 10 or so games of the season, we just need to be a bit better defensively. And this is the thing where I get called sometimes toxic positivity. Like, I'm always sort of called that, right? But I have to say, bring Colwell back into that team and have some defensive solidity. Let's get, Gusto absolutely fit and a Cucurella who's more defensively sound. And I think the defence starts looking a lot more capable than it currently does, bearing in mind we've got all the injuries. And so we could absolutely go on a run of games where we don't concede as many goals as we are now. And if we don't concede as many goals as we are, we still score goals. It's maths, innit?
Yeah.
You'll eventually start winning
Michael Owen
games.
would say, we've got to be scoring more goals than we concede to be able to actually win the match.
That's what I've heard.
And if we win the match, we have got a good chance of getting the 3 points.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. And do you know what? He has had some unbelievably good quotes, Michael Owen.
And
I always rate his punditry. Yeah.
I'm a big Love Island fan. I don't mean anything inappropriate.
He doesn't watch it on Love Island. He
fan.
doesn't watch Love Island, guys.
No.
He doesn't even. I don't know how he's found out about it. It's a lot of stalking.
Internet's a big place. Right, I'm going to give you the option now.
Go on.
We beat Man United on Thursday.
Yeah.
Or
I'll take it.
or deal. You can either have one or the other.
Tell me.
We beat Man United on Thursday,
Yeah.
but we don't finish above them in the league. Or we lose to Man United on Thursday, but we do finish above them in the league.
I would take beating Man United because I would take
boy.
sixth. I would take sixth right now.
What you think they're going to finish in fifth?
I think they're going to finish in seventh.
Wait, hold on. That weren't the option. That weren't the option, right?
No,
right, so
I
Man
reckon-
United finish where they are, sixth, yeah? We beat them, but finish in seventh.
I'll take
Or we
that.
lose to them, but finish in sixth above them. What you having?
No, I'd take the seventh. I was bantering you earlier on.
We'd have to beat them.
Yeah.
We'd have to beat them.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I agree
would-
with you.
I would way rather beat them and finish below them in the league because I don't give a fuck about the league this season anyway.
The seventh would be decent as well. Would that be Conference League or would that be Europa League? I think it would be Conference League.
I don't
No,
know.
actually, it might be Europa League because if we get the fifth place, I think there's 2 Europa League spots.
Yeah, but you know who fucked that up for us? Man United.
Wankers.
Went out the
No, I'm
Champions-
hearing a lot more now that the fifth is almost guaranteed
Ah,
for the Champions League. Champions League.
it's not too bad. Well, we are going to get in the studio and review the game. We will both be there, so I'm really looking forward to that one. People, let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let us know what your starting lineups would be. I love reading your starting lineups when you get them in. So it's very, very interesting to see where everyone else is going with this one. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Josh's channel is linked in the description, so please head over there and drop him a subscribe. I will see you all in the next one.